Good morning, I'm Mr. Nutt from NOA Performance and Design. Welcome to a new segment that we're going to be doing every week called Tech Tuesday, where we're going to discuss something technical about the bikes, something technical about how we can make your life better with your bike each and every week. This week what we're going to discuss is something that we've been asked by a viewer on our YouTube channel, and that's a little bit of an in-depth process on exactly how to hook up your headset and your iPhone or your headset and your Android phone to your Harley communication system, as long as you have the WHIM installed, for the best results and the best interaction and the best use of Apple CarPlay or Android Auto on your touring bike. So let's roll the intro and get started. One of the first things you're going to have is a Harley branded headset. The one on my helmet is a 30K. It's basically a Cinna. It has an extra software protocol in it. I know a lot of people out there are really down on Harley and think that Harley's just charging a premium. I'm not saying Harley's not charging a premium, but the fact is they are licensing a protocol that allows two headsets to connect to the WHIM in full HD to both get stereo sound and to exchange communications using HD intercom back and forth. That's actually a rather complex protocol, and it's why no other headset has adopted it in order to connect with Harley's WHIM. If other headsets put, and again, I'll look it up and see if I can put it in the notes and maybe flash it across the screen so that you'll get an idea what it is. But no other headset manufacturer wants to license that protocol. I'm sure that the license costs them every year, every month for how many ever headsets they sell. I'm not exactly sure how those licenses work. But the fact is there's an extra cost to the software that allows two headsets for rider and passenger to both connect to the bike, to both get stereo sound through the media system, and to be able to interact through HD intercom back and forth between the rider and the passenger, all controlled through the bike. I'm not going to be demonstrating that today. I'm going to be demonstrating how to set this up for the rider so that the rider can access Apple CarPlay. So it's really important that we don't have the headset connected to the phone. What happens then is when you turn your headset on, it'll connect to the phone first. The headset has a priority in it. It'll connect to the phone first and it will ignore the bike. So that your headset will never connect to your bike. If it does, it'll be intermittent and you could lose connection somewhere down the road. So again, it's very, very important that the headset is not connected to your phone, that it's set up exclusively to connect to the WHIM on the bike. Now you can have it set up to connect to the WHIM on several bikes. I use it on this particular bike, which is my Beast, and I also use the headset on my CVO. So it's set up in both bikes, but it cannot be set up to a phone. So that's really, really critical and really, really important. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn the bike on to accessory mode. And we're going to turn off music so that we don't have any licensing violations. Hit your little accept, and we are going to go to the home screen. And I do this by pushing the buttons. I'll try and use the buttons here so that you kind of get what they are. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to connect our phone to the bike. Now, this is not absolutely necessary because you're going to hardwire the phone for Apple CarPlay. But the fact is, if Apple CarPlay for some reason disconnects from the bike, it'll then connect through Bluetooth and you'll still have access to your phone and those features there. So we're going to go ahead and connect the phone to the bike. We're going to go down here, or go down over here to phone. Would you like to connect one? That's going to be the first question. We're going to say yes. On our phone, we are going to go into settings. We're going to go to Bluetooth. On the bike, at the same time or right around the same time, we are going to hit add new device. You're going to see Edward's iPhone come up. That's me. Check that the number matches, just so that you're connecting the right phone. Allow your favorites to sync. Okay, once you're talking to Siri, press and hold the handlebar voice command button to talk again. So, what that's describing is a system in Apple called Siri in the Car. Now there's two different systems. You have Apple Carplay and you have Siri in the Car. Siri in the Car has always been activated by a long press on the voice communication button on your car. It also works on Harley. If you don't have your iPhone hardwired to the bike, you can actually long press the voice activation button and you'll hear Siri come over your headset. It's a really cool feature. Then you can use Siri for voice dialing. You can actually send text messages through Siri. You can change the music that you're hearing if you're playing your music through Bluetooth. Pretty much like you're talking to your iPhone directly, it'll work through your headset with a long press of the voice command button, and that's called Siri in the Car. In this case, Siri on the bike. Really a very cool feature. So let's get to hooking up everything else. Okay, now to get to hooking up your headset, you want to go into settings, scroll down to wireless headset setup, and you're going to see pair rider and pair passenger. On your headset, once you've turned it on, and you're going to hear through the voice that it says hello, and your blue light's going to come on flashing there. So once that's on, now you want to come back to your bike. You want to select pair rider. On your headset, you want to hold down this back button, which is your phone pairing button, for 5 seconds. You'll see your light here, flashes back and forth. Boom audio comes up, and touching boom audio basically starts the pairing process. Now your headset is paired with the bike. So once your headset is paired with the bike, you can go back to home. Now the first time you set up your phone for Apple CarPlay on the bike, you're going to want to make sure it's unlocked in order to set it up. So after that, as long as you're using your phone and you're using Apple CarPlay every few days, you shouldn't have to unlock your phone. But there is a security feature in there to where even if you have the feature turned on to where where the phone doesn't have to be unlocked in order to activate CarPlay, it's always best to unlock your phone before you plug it in. So you're going to open your door. Now, you're going to see through here that I have bought one of these L-shaped cables. This is so my iPhone 11 can fit inside the carrier. This adapter was very important. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want to plug in my phone, and I like my phone to kind of slide in this way so that the glass is facing the softest part of the holder in there. Tuck everything in and close the door. Now the iPhone 11 Max just barely fits in there, but you can see now that Apple CarPlay is basically activated and ready to go. So one of the coolest things about Apple CarPlay since iOS 13 is this new home screen. It basically gives you the map, it gives you your favorites for push button automatic GPS directions, and it gives you your music. It's kind of a nice multi-screen. Of course, you still have your home screen. If you don't have the Here We Go app, you might want to really try that. It's very cool. Of course, you have Apple Maps, you have Google Maps, and then you have your other Apple CarPlay apps that display on the screen. I like riding around personally with my maps on. A lot of times I will use the new home screen so that I have my map and I have my other options here. One of the reasons I like to have my map up is simply as I'm riding, if I'm in an unfamiliar area, on-ramps to freeways and stuff like that get a little confusing. But again, I hope that's kind of walked people through step by step and helped them to understand how CarPlay works. I am a huge fan of this feature. I admit that I am a bit of a geek, and therefore, you know, I probably use it a lot more than others, but I have noticed a lot of motovloggers out there that are using Apple CarPlay, and some guys have said that it is, you know, very confusing. So I want to just kind of re-go through things. First of all, make sure your headset is not paired to your phone. That's very, very important. You want to connect your headset directly to your bike. If it's paired to your phone, the second you turn on your headset, it's going to go to the phone first, and it's going to miss the bike. So you do want an exclusive headset either for your bike, or you're going to have to unpair your headset with the bike or forget it in your settings on your phone each and every time you ride your touring bike. I personally use an older headset that I've had for a long time, a Sena 20S Evo, and that is paired to my phone, and I use that on my Softails, or I use that when I'm riding and I don't want to communicate with the bike. And I want to communicate directly with my phone. So I've got two different headsets, and I know for some people that's not feasible, because I've kind of gone through to get the best experience that I can with my entertainment system, with my bikes. That's kind of the way that I've chosen to go. That's my video today on what I feel is the best way to hook up your media and entertainment system to your headset and to your phone. Even if you're not using Apple CarPlay, if you've got an older system, it is best if your phone communicates with the bike, if your phone is hooked up to the bike through Bluetooth, and then your headset is hooked up to the bike through Bluetooth, and they're using the bike system in order to give you all of the features that are available to you for communications. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I hope you'll give us a thumbs up. You'll subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Look for us and like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. We're on all those platforms. This is Inaway Performance and Design on our Tech Tuesday. Look for this type of video every week on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. Until next time, stay safe.